All right, joining us to discuss today's operation is SIU Spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago. Mr. Kganyago, good afternoon and thank you very much for your time. So you raided several refugee centres. Talk us through today's operation and what prompted it.
Good afternoon, Fundo and viewers. We raided about 5 centres. There are only 5 centres in this country. One is in Musina, one is in Cape Town, one Durban, one is in Gqeberha, the other one is in Pretoria. Therefore, what we were looking at is to look at the gadgets that were used by the people, because we've got whistleblowers who clearly indicated who are the people who are dealing with this kind of shenanigans, the kind of syndicates that are working around. And then we had about 120 or so people of interest that we were looking into. We've taken their gadgets. We were on the view that we will get maybe about 120 laptops and about 120 cell phones. But to our surprise, there were more laptops, there were more computers, there were even more cell phones. For an example, Fundo, in one of the offices, we found one person having 18 Ghana phones in his office, which was really very strange thing that we saw today.
I want us to delve deeper into what they're accused of when it comes to asylum seeker and refugee documents. What would generally be the modus operandi as per the whistleblowers?
Yes, what happened there is that people come into the country, people who don't necessarily qualify to be asylum seekers. They come there and then they process their documents fraudulently, give them the status of asylum seekers, which basically gives them the powers to benefit out of anything in the country. And then they give it a 6 months term. Every 6 months they've got to come and renew that, and they pay. We were told, for example, that they would, when they first arrived, they would pay something like 17.8 thousand rand, and then every time they renew, they will pay 5,000 rand, and then that would be basically every 6 months. Therefore, these people can take and benefit. And then some of these people are then given temporary passports. They are able to then move as South Africans from this country to other countries. They commit whatever crime they do there, and then the people out there will say they are South Africans. And this is the kind of situation that we find themselves. In some of the instances, people who, for example, come from an affluent country, a businessman, and come here to say, I'm coming to work as a scarce skill. They give that fraudulent documentation, a person goes and open a shop somewhere, and then they are able to trade in this country, even though they don't have papers that are correct.
We understand that in some instances, you find that people that legitimately receive this asylum seeker status, they have their documents. When it's time to renew, you would have some officials that just give them the runaround until they're forced to pay something. Have you perhaps heard of any of such instances where people would really be forced, in most instances, to pay something where it just takes longer and longer until somebody calls them and tells them that the only way you're going to get your documents renewed is if you pay?
Yes, we have found such kinds of allegations that we will have to investigate. But we could clearly see that this thing of paying bribes is a way of life in some of these offices, because they know that nothing will happen. They expected that nothing will ever happen. But now they are in for a high jump because something is going to be done about it. And those who are doing this have to be flushed out of the system. We will also have to do the lifestyle audit. You will just see from the kind of things that they possess, you will see that there is something that is not right.
When listening to Advocate Mothibi a little earlier on in that impromptu briefing with the media, he suggested some sort of a system loophole or operational issues here, that it seems too much power is centralized among some of these officials where you'd be able to apply from this individual, and it's the same individual that will authorize your documents and everything is done there.
Definitely. We were told by the whistleblower that this is how it is done. If it is not the same person, it is a syndicate. They know that when this thing moves from here, it goes to their friend and their friend. And they even work with people that are outside of the department to just make this operation. That is why Advocate Mothibi was talking about this being a syndicate. Because you can clearly see. When we were there today, we found a group of people there, I think there were Somalis and so on, And they're saying they drove all the way from Cape Town to come and do these things here in Pretoria. Why would the person drive all the way from Cape Town when there is a refugee center in Cape Town to come and do it here? It means they know that they will find these crooked people here who do what they want them to do.
And then just in closing on whistleblower protection, because you rely extensively on whistleblowers to crack some of these very important cases that you've been busy with. And Advocate Andy Mothibi was speaking about the protection of these particular whistleblowers. Can you just unpack this for us, or at least assure that their safety is prioritized at this point?
No, what I can say, because obviously I can't tell you how we are doing it, because it will just be exposing them. Yes, what we have done is we've made sure that this person is well protected, and then we are able to monitor that. Even ourselves, we don't know, because we are working with the National Prosecuting Authority around this matter. We don't even know where this person is.
All right, Mr. Kganyago, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's SIU spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago speaking to us.